A first federal court appearance this afternoon for defendants arrested this morning. The indictment details a conspiracy to impede or injure federal officers, specifically ICE agents.
12 people were arrested today. One was already in custody and 2 have yet to be taken into custody. Fox 9's Karen Scullin joining us live with more on this case. Karen?
Well, prosecutors today asked the judge that all 12 defendants that appeared in court today be held in custody, be detained. The judge refused to do so and released them with conditions, including the fact that they cannot protest on federal property or join any kind of a protest on federal property. They also cannot communicate with one another, their co-defendants, except for 2 people who happen to be roommates and are both part of this case. Now, as of late, an update here, all 15 defendants have been arrested and the federal indictment unsealed. The primary charge is conspiracy to impede or injure a federal officer. Basically, there are many self-proclaimed anti-fascist or Antifa groups that exist across the country, but also right here in Minnesota. We're talking about groups like Direct Action Minnesota and subgroups like Black Cat Workers Collective. The indictment says the purpose of this conspiracy was to prevent the enforcement of federal immigration law by force, intimidation, and threats, and also opposing the authority of the U.S. government. The accusations are that these efforts were organized, coordinated, and detailed, and encouraged violence in some cases, and at the very least physically prevented officers from doing their jobs.
Members of their hard blockade team used vehicles, RV trailers that they would overturn, check hedgehogs, and ice blocks that they would throw at law enforcement to obstruct roads used by law enforcement near the Whipple building in order to impede the movement of law enforcement. Members of their soft blockade team used homemade shields constructed from plastic, wood, and metal to physically resist the efforts of law enforcement and to aggressively break through teams of officers on foot.
Now, there were additional charges that included many different charges, but also solicitation to commit a crime of violence and stalking. Those 2 charges were included. Now, this latest case is different than past cases brought forward by the U.S. Attorney's Office involving anti-ICE protesters. Those were more individual cases, kind of one-off cases. This is a much bigger, more complex case under this big umbrella of conspiracy. Now, at this point, 15 have been indicted. It's unclear if there could be more arrests and more indictments to follow. In St. Paul, Karen Scullin, Fox 9.
All right, thanks, Karen. And in response